in today's video, we're going to see how you can manage multiple Java versions in your system using something called Jabba, which is a tool to help you manage multiple Java versions. It's a Java version manager. So let's get started. So this is the GitHub repository. It's an open source software. It's an open source tool. You can go ahead and download it. It's written in Golang, and it is similar to Node version manager. If you use that, it's helpful to manage multiple node versions. So why would you need something like Java, a tool to manage multiple Java versions? Well, it's the usual use case these days, wherein you have a programming language and you have projects based on it. But some very old projects are still using some old versions, but some newer projects that you're working on are using new versions because when the new project started, the new version was released. But it might take more time to port old versions to new versions sometimes. Uh, so, and it's a lot of effort to actually change the version, right? So people just have multiple versions for different projects instead of trying to make it consistent immediately whenever the version comes up and have same version everywhere. So since it's a lot of effort to change the version of a project, instead, you change the version of your environment very easily using a Java version manager or any programming language version manager. So, in my current project, we have mostly one version as of now, Java 11, but we also want to switch to Java 15 for some of them, and we need to be able to use both versions. So I was checking out what and all tools are out there. So I know two of them. One is Jabba, and the other is something called JENE, which I'm yet to try. But they apparently have more stars. That's the only difference that I found with till now. But I did try Jabba. That was the first hit I got in GitHub search when I searched for it. So maybe I can even show you Java version manager and all of GitHub, and you can see Java is on the top. So I don't know why JME is not on top, but JME says it's a manager Java environment and does not say Java version manager, so that's probably one reason. Anyways, so let's get started into how to get using how to get into using Java and like how to make best use of it. So Java is pretty easy to install. I am on macOS, so I installed it using this. You can also check out Brew, but apparently the Brew is a bit broken now, so they're working on something. So I just had to do this, and Java just worked for me. Also, since it's written in Golang, I'm assuming they also have direct binary here, so you can use that. Okay, so on the left, I've got all these commands that I've tried out with Java. So the first thing you can do is just type Java and it will show you some help, um, and it will show you how to install JDKs, uninstall, and link which is to resolve anything if there are any issues, and like what Java version to use, list the installed versions and whatnot. So currently, so this is a bit similar to NVM, right? Node version manager. So if you've used that, this should be pretty easy to use. If you've not, that's okay too. So to get started, you would first do actually ls remote to see what and all are the remote versions that Java can install. So there are so many of these. So there is adopt JDK, and then there is adopt OpenJ9 based on the OpenJ9 VM, and there is Corretto, and then there is GraalVM, and then Zulu, and there is C GraalVM C. Librica and OpenJDK, yeah, Zulu. So I've already installed one in my local, which is the OpenJDK 1.11. Let me actually install something more. So let me actually get the 15 version 15 for JDK. Um, okay, there we go. We have OpenJDK. Hyphen 1 is what we need. So let's do install. Oops, hyphen 1. So as you can see, Java will actually install. So it will show you what it's downloading, and I'm guessing this is going to take some time. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll show you, how Java looks like when you try to use it. So, so let's try out use and then alias and link. So for now, I also want to mention that it would be better to actually uninstall any other Java installation certificate so that you can avoid multiple Java versions installed in your machine and like just staying there unused. Instead, you can just use Java and get rid of everything else as much as possible, and go back to using Java. And whatever Java installs, link all your other things to the Java version installed by Java. So that's what I would recommend, so that you have lesser confusions. Also, your path environment variable will have just Java, uh, or at least like very minimal set of Java versions based on how complicated your environment is. I would just recommend reduce your complexity by just getting rid of most of them and just use Java for managing multiple Java versions. So, um, when you use Java, so let's see where my Java is. So I have Java version 11.02, and I've also installed 15 now. So as you can see, Java shows me where it extracted. So this is some temporary folder from where it moved to my home directory, and in Java JDK, open JDK 15. So let's see what is the version of Java I have now. Okay, I have 15 actually over here, and I saw 11 over here. So let's actually list the versions that I have. Oops, Java list, so list, and I have two versions, and Java which, so I can actually um, check with for a given version where is the thing, right? So 1.11 on so version uses something like this. Okay, maybe I don't know how to use this. Um, let me get back to this. Anyways, for Java, there are other commands to actually switch. So I can say use, and I can use something. So let's say Java use and say this, right? I'm guessing Java which would actually pick up this whole thing. Oh yeah, sorry. So it does not take just like 1.11 or something. I have to tell exactly what it is, and then I can show you the place. So if I say 11, actually not there, it's 2. And if I say something wrong like that, it's just going to say no, no, anyway. So it will show you where is the place of the installation when you say which. So Java which is just going to tell you where is the path to the install JDK. And I can list and use different Java versions for using. So I can just say use and say OpenJDK 11 now, and my version is 11 as you can see. And if I say OpenJDK 15, and if I just do this, I can see 15 over here. And even in your IDE's integrated development environment, you can just point to the appropriate directory. Um, you can point to the appropriate directory, and you should be good to go. So you can just point to these directories whenever you want to actually mention some Java version. The other thing to note is that, let's say I open a new terminal. What is the version that I get? Is it 15 or 11 or what? So you can actually tell Java what is the default version. So there is an alias, So you can see alias default and stuff like that. So default is a version that will be used anytime you open up your new thing. So let's check what's my default, and it's this. So if you want to change the default, you can just do this and say, in my case, it's 15.0.1, and if I say something wrong, still it's going to go back to that. So no idea how that happens. Let's see. Do I have it? It's actually wrong. Hmm. This does not exist for now. Let's see. Maybe if I just put something like 10, it still shows me 10 though, but it's actually wrong anyway. So it's actually 1, and it puts the 1, and I get this, and I should be able to, but I still see 11. So this is just changing my default. It does not change my current version. So I still need to use Java use. Well, let's say I actually open a new terminal, right? So I close this, and I open a new terminal. Now, if you notice my default, you can actually see it's 15. If I close and again open, it's 15. So if I actually go ahead and like say alias default is OpenJDK at 1.11.0-2, and if I close and if I open, it's going to actually show me the default version is 11. So whenever you open a new terminal or a new shell, the default version is mentioned by Java default alias. So you can check it out like this. If there's no default, I'm not sure like what Jabba does. As far as I know, I think it does not even set anything, because in my case, what happened was it was actually going back to my system Java version, which is user bin Java. This is not something that I use really, and don't want to use really. So if you notice, this Java is actually from here, but if you notice this Java, it's actually pointing to some other page, which is totally different. Uh, yep. So that was about Java and how to use the default Java version for your Java. Java, like say alias default and then default Java version, and you can use links in case of any link issues, and how to use the particular Java version using Java. Also, something to note is that every time you move to a repository or a project, it's going to be hard to simply type Java use Java that and all that, like, you know, and you have to first of all check what is the version. So to make this easier for you, you can actually use something called Jabba RC. So you can just say, what is the version to use, and it will just use that. So let's say I put, now I am in this directory, and I say echo 1.15.0 dot Jabba RC, and what's my version currently? It's 11. So if I just say Java use, it's just going to say, okay, 1.15.0 is not installed. So maybe I can say Java RC hyphen 2, sorry, what? And Java use. Okay, so I think I have to say exactly the whole thing. So OpenJDK at Java use. So that's it, right? So now I will have 50, but previously I had 11. So you can see that. Also, so let's see, by default it's actually 11, right? But so I'm not sure if I can actually directly get into a directory and automatically let Java use it. I think I have to always type Java use. So yeah, that's something to note. But I think all your projects can use something like this, where you mention the Java version, and this would be just easy. So yeah, you can go ahead and try this out. And if you have any questions or comments, do put it on the comment section, and I will. Like, that's all for today, folks. Thank you. Have a nice day.